Okay, so twists are very important for helping to maintain a healthy back. And they're also really important for our digestive system because they kind of like massage and move things along. So in twists, we will do a little bit of work for our shoulders and of course our back. There's a little bit of leg love in there as well, but mostly focusing through the back body. And so let's begin. We're going to start on the mat on the ground with your knees bent and your feet set shoulder width apart. And we'll come into windshield wipers. So Marion started us off tonight with that already. So knees bent. I'm going to move my chair. Have a little bit more space. And reclining. Have some room side to side on your yoga mat. Good, and take your arms out wide to your sides, keeping your feet nice and relaxed, your ankles nice and relaxed. Just take a moment before we begin moving to check in and notice how your back feels as it comes to relax and rest on the floor. How your shoulders feel and your hips. Maybe even sensations that might show up through your neck. And take a long breath in. And exhale. And then from here, nice and slow, letting the knees drop to one side. And then up and over to the other side. Good. A reminder again to keep your ankles relaxed. So you'll just feel them roll from the inside and outside edges as your knees shift from one side to the other. And head is nice and heavy, shoulders are relaxed, arms are resting on the floor. And then the next time your knees drop to the right, just let them stop and pause there. Breathing here, improving the feeling of gravity through the body. Good, and then inhale and sway those knees all the way over to the left. And let them pause there. Good, we're going to do that again. Sway the knees over to the right. As they arrive to the right, pause, but turn your head to look to the left. And breathe through the torso. And then sway the knees all the way over to the left and turn your head to look to the right. Good, and then the knees back center. From here, take your feet a little further apart and then let the knees fall in towards one another. We're just gonna let the hips rest for a moment. And from here, take your arms up towards the ceiling. Good, you're gonna keep your arms nice and long. And what I want you to do is play with sliding your right hand past your left hand. So lifting your right shoulder up off the floor because of the reach of the fingertips. And then bring it back down, palm to palm. And then slide your left hand past your right hand, which will lift your left shoulder off the floor. Good, and palm to palm. So just continue switching from one side to the other. Let the whole movement be inspired by reaching fingertips. Fingertips lengthen, which inspires the arm to lengthen, which starts to change how our shoulders relate to the floor. Good, and a couple more times each way. And then bring that back to the middle. From here, take your left hand to your heart and your right arm wide to the side. Good, so again, left hand to your heart and right arm wide to the side. Now you're going to slide your left hand down your right arm as the arm lifts up. So you will meet palm to palm. Good. And then reverse and go the other way. Slide your right hand down your left arm as your left arm opens wide to the side. And your right hand ends up on your heart. And then do that again. Slide your right hand along the left arm as it lifts up. And then slide and open the other way. Good, and continue sliding, opening. Some movement to help just to warm up the shoulders and the chest. Also a little bit of coordination as we play with right and left body movement. Good, everyone. Okay. And then eventually open the arms, both of them wide, resting on the floor. Great, from here, we're gonna do what's called a t-shirt peel. So slide your arms down along the ground, right down to your hips, crossing over your hips. You know when you pull a sweater up off the top of your head and you cross your arms? We're gonna imagine we're doing that same thing. So the arms cross. As they lift, your elbows up over your face. Your arms up, open up over top, and then they slide wide again. So, if I demonstrate seated, it's gonna look like this. Good. So it's a somewhat familiar movement, but because you are lying down, gravity plays with the shoulders and the arm movements a little bit more than stand. Now, what I'd like you to also play with is discovering what it feels like to cross the other arm on top. So maybe your right arm is on top one time, and then the next time you move through it, it is left arm on top. Good. Continue that a few more times. And then eventually arms opening nice and wide. And we will transition. Roll to your side body. Use that top arm and gently come on up to a seated position. We're going to move into cat and cow next. So in our traditional sense of cat and cow, we are working on our hands and knees. Hands are going to be underneath the shoulders. For those of you who are going to work the chair and come up off the floor, you'll anchor your hands on the chair. So I'll demonstrate cat and cow here, and then I'll move myself down to the yoga mat. So just feel a nice straight back. Nice and long, good, long neck as well. Let's come into cat. Drop your tail. Drop the chin and puff your high back up to the ceiling as much as you can. Good, and then reverse it. Lift the tail, lift your chin, gazing forward. Good, and then repeat that. Tuck the chin, tuck your tail, and then cow. Lifting the tail, lifting the chin, and gazing forward. Good, and repeat. Cat pose. And cow. Good, one more time. Each way. And then neutral through your back. Tuck your toes under. We'll come on up into downward facing dog. Good. Go ahead and pedal through your feet. If you are using your chair, you will take more of a flat back, reaching your hips back and your arms nice and long. Here you won't pedal because you're standing with your feet flat. But you can wag your tail a little bit and just increase some movement in the back. Good. Those of you working low on your yoga mat, inhale and lift your heels up nice and high. And exhale, lower them. One more time like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good. We'll drop our knees all the way down to the floor. Release your feet and come on into an extended child's pose. You are in child's pose. Stay there. Those of you working with the chair, you'll come into your flat back variation. Hands on the chair and your hips reaching nice and far back. Okay, from here, inhale, come up to table. And exhale, rock yourself back. Good. Stay long on the arms, everyone. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Continuing being with your breath. Our chair variation, for those of you not on knees, feet from your downward dog. And then inhaling forward to your table. Same cueing here, your arms are going to stay straight. Press nice and strong through the arms, through the hands. and let's do that one more time. Inhaling forward when you're ready, and then exhaling back. Pausing here. Feeling the hands nice and rooting into the mat or into your chair seat. Your neck nice and long. Send your breath into your back ribs. One more in and out breath. Good, and then from here, we're going to transition up to standing. So if you're working on your chair, you'll walk your feet in and roll yourself up. Those of you working from the floor, you can do a transition of your choice or join me in tucking the toes. Sending the feet flat with your knees bent. And then rolling all the way up. Okay, come to stand and mountain, everyone, for a moment. Feel your feet nice and strong, rooting down. Good, you might close your eyes here just so that you can bring your attention back home to your body. And starting to notice how your shoulders feel, how your ribcage feels here. Good. Take your hands to prayer gesture. Let's just move our arms a little bit. Lower the arms. Inhale, move all the way up to the top. Good. And exhale them, press them down. And back home. Yeah, good. Those of you at home, I know that my camera, my framing is a bit wonky here. My hands disappear out of frame, but I think you've got the idea. Good, lower and inhale, big breath. Move the arms, feel back move. One more like that, lower and inhale. Good, and all the way down. Get into our legs a little bit, bend the knees and take your hips back. Good, extend the arms low. Here we go. Inhale up. And exhale, sitting, squatting nice and low. All the way. Good. And 2. 1. Good, 3. And last one. 4. And wide all the way down. As you arrive, hang your head and come into a standing forward fold. Crown looking down to the floor. Stay there and breathe. Really let go of the weight of the head. Take a big breath into your back. Exhale. Good. Bend your knees deeper. Drop the hips and slowly roll all the way up. Give that a little shake. Okay, we're going to play in a lunge salute. So if you are working your lunges without being on the floor, if you're working on a chair, I will have you set yourself up here, like so. You might use your hands on your thighs or hand on the wall beside you. Those of us lunging on the floor can come to stand in mountain at the top of your mat and have your blocks close by so they are available and within reach. Good. Okay. Hands in prayer gesture. Lower the arms. Inhale, widen up. Good. Exhale, flying fold. hanging out here. You might invite your blocks in here for a moment if you'd like to just close the distance between your hands and the floor. So lots of gravity through the back. Good. Inhale, take a long look forward. And exhale, bend the knees. We are going to take our right leg back behind us. And lower that knee down to the floor. So if you're working on the mat, you're in half lunge here. If you're working with the chair, you will do the lunge with the foot on the chair as I demonstrated just a moment ago. Okay, for those of us low on the mat, blocks underneath the hands. Take the hands underneath your shoulders. So don't be too far ahead. Try to stack them so that you feel like the alignment is more underneath. Good. We're breathing into our hips. I want you to feel like you're pushing the blocks away from you. So instead of collapsing down into them, work away. Good, everyone. From here, we're going to shift our hips back and come into reverse lunge. You're going to take those blocks with these books and adjust along with the pose. Good. Same idea, nice wide chest. Hang out there and breathe. Those of you working on a chair, you have been in this lunge. And now you're going to take a reverse lunge. Work at extending through a flexed ankle. Good, and just reaching through the backs of the legs. Wherever we are breathing. Okay, here we go. And then shift yourself back into your half lunge. Good. You might adjust your props. Nice. Now we're going to revolve the lunge. So my right foot is ahead of me. My left hand is on a block. And my right arm is going to extend wide to the side and up to take me into a revolved lunge. Yes, good. Open the chest. Reach the fingertips. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale. Take that arm down. We are going to return into reverse lunge again. So square your shoulders. Square your hips, reach through a flexed ankle, nice long leading leg. And one more breath. And we shift forward into our half lunge on this side one more time. Okay, this time we're going to revolve the arm. So right foot is forward and right arm reaches up. Ahead, up to the ceiling. Good. We're going to revolve like the hands on a clock all the way around. Sweep and pass again. Yeah, excellent. Whether you are low mat or using your chair and revolving the arm, I want us all to reach long through the fingertips. You might also play with focus change. Watching that arm go, watching it move. Good. One more circle around. Great. And then from here, remove your blocks if you are low mat. Tuck your back toes under and come into a high lunge. Good. And then on an inhale, step yourself forward and come into a standing forward fold. And those of you working on chair, take your foot off the chair and come and join us in a forward fold. Inhale, look forward, fly wide all the way up. Hands meet at the top and draw them straight down. Good, and we will move into our other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fly. Come to your forward fold. Go ahead and use your props underneath your hands. Inhale, long look forward. And then exhale, this time, left leg back behind, lowering that knee and coming into your half lunge. Good. Those of you working with the chair, your other foot now is on your chair and you are working a gentle lunge forward. Keep the carriage and the energy of the upper body open and long. Good, and here we go, reverse. Shifting your hips back, now extending the leg in front of you. Nice. Long back, shoulders down. One more. Good. Exhale, return into your half lunge. Great. This time, you are going to open. I have my right leg. I might have my different leg. Oh, I think we're here. Okay. We're going to open this time, left arm wide open to the side. Breathing, reaching, good for you. One more breath. Exhaling, bringing that back down. Good, and then shifting back again. Extending and coming into your reverse lunge. Good, big breath in. Exhale. Good, and shift yourself forward. Come into your half lunge. This time, left arm will reach and circle. Reach it forward. Up. And round back behind you. Good, nice and slow. Smooth. Nice, good, breathe. And round back behind you. No rush, but intentional. Breathe. Good, good. And let's do one more. Good, everybody. Okay, remove those blocks. Tuck your back toes under. Good, on an inhale, step yourself forward. Find your forward fold. Hang your head. And then inhale, look forward, fly wide all the way up to the top. Good, hands meet, send them down. Here we go, inhale up. And exhale, fly. Inhale, take a long look forward. Good, exhale, bend the knees, right leg back behind you. Find your half lunge. Good, and invite your props in. So lower that back knee down, half lunge. Yeah, great. Moving the breath. Good, reversing and extending, shifting the hips back. Good, flexing that leading ankle. Nice, and then shifting forward again, find your half lunge again. Good, this time, left foot is forward, left arm is gonna open wide, up to the side, up to the ceiling. Good, and then lowering that arm down. We shift back again, reverse lunge. Wide collarbones. Yes, good. And we shift forward again, half lunge. Good. This time, it's that left arm that's going to circle around. Lift it forward, up, and back. Good. Here we go. Forward, up, and back. And breathe. Up, and back behind you. And one more. Forward, up, and back. Good. Reverse lunge. We're almost done our lunge variation. Breathing here. Good. And then our final half lunge. Bring yourself forward. Here's our open twist. Left foot is forward, left hand on your block, and right arm opens up. Good. Reach and lengthen through those fingertips. One more breath in. Good, everyone. Exhale, bring that hand down. Nice. Remove those blocks underneath you. Tuck your back toes. And then on your next inhale, come and step forward. Find your forward fold, everybody. Feet on the mat, head hanging low. Good, and inhale, look forward, fly wide all the way up to the top. Hands meet and draw them straight down into prayer gesture. With that, a little shake out. That was a little bit of work, those half lunges, but we're gonna take the effort out of our hips and bring it back to the upper body. So I want to do 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So those of you at home, find a little bit of wall space. And in your 3 o'clock, we set ourselves up, right hand on the wall, shoulder height, glue the hand there, and then you will start to walk around your corner. to your left, leaving that right arm back behind you. So I have us in the chest over here. We've got a slight spiral here as well as our hips try to move in one direction and our right shoulder is moving in the back direction. Breathe into the chest. And then gently turn to face your wall. And we'll lower that right arm down. Good. Give it a little shake out, a little reset. And then when you're ready, left hand on your wall surface, 9 o'clock. Glue the hand there. Start to rotate and walk around to the side. Yeah. Moving that arm back behind you. One more breath here. Good. Exhaling and gently turn to face your wall and release that arm down. Good. And give that a little shake out. So we've opened up the pectorals and the chest. Now I'm going to take us into thread the needle with the upper body. That will stretch the shoulders away from the midline, from the spine. I'm going to demonstrate the variation on the floor first. So if you want to come down to knees, you'll set yourself up like this. And you'll take your right arm out to the side and sneak it under nice and far until that shoulder is on the ground. Using your hand to support as you stay in your twist. Those of you staying off your knees, I have a couple of options. So you might come to chair, take an arm across, and use the other arm to guide it. Get that same pull across. It's a little bit more effort because you're holding the arm in place. Your other variation can be done facing the wall. Take your arm underneath you, like so. Similar shapes, similar target areas. Everybody's breathing. And one more complete breath there. And then gently shifting out of that one side, finding a neutral position with the arms. So if you're on the floor, that's table. If you're in your chair, you can play with pressing forward or wide. You can also play with extending up. Find a neutral position through the arms and the shoulders, including your back. Good. Okay, and then let's do the other side. Lengthening the arm. Good, and either cutting it under, or if you're in your chair, bringing the arm across and using the hand to guide it. Keep your shoulders down if you are doing the seated variation. Or at the wall, facing the wall, the arm, the wall, and then the arm, and then one more complete breath. And gently unwinding. Good, and then finding symmetry. Pressing equally through the arms if you're using the floor. Arms out in front if you're seated, standing. Good, and release, give that a shake out. Okay, everybody, let's make our way into our chairs. So bring them up onto your yoga mat. Good, and sit so that your feet are flat. So sit forward on your chair. Give yourself some space between your back and the back of the chair. Good. Okay, lace your fingers together. You're going to take the hands, you're going to slide them down the outside of the thigh, nice and long, right down to the ground, as long as far as you can go. Good. Now, shine your face forward and feel your shoulder blades drop down away from your ears. Breathe. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale, do the other side. Slide it along the outside. Track it along, nice and low. Good. Shine your face forward. Shoulders are down away from your ears. And inhale, come on up. We'll do that again. Slide first. Good. Shine your face forward. Nice. Now, make your hands a prayer gesture instead of laced fingers. Good. And then you're going to start to open up that top arm and look upwards. Breathe here. Take a breath in. On your exhale, close the arms down, lace the fingers together. Inhale and sit up. Good, and then exhale, we'll switch sides, slide them down. That's it, switch it to prayer gesture, and then go ahead and put open that top arm. Good, breathing here. And breath in, exhale, lower that down. Good, and slowly come on up. All right, using your chair, sitting up nice and tall, start to look around the corner. Use your hands on your thighs, your hands on your chairs to help you to spiral and look around that shoulder. Now come back center. And exhale, spiral around the other way. All right, lace your fingers together. Good, push your palms forward and contract and try to touch your back to the back of your chair. And then open, sit forward, open the arms, open your heart, open your gaze. Good, lace the fingers together again. Contract and touch your back to the chair back. And open. Nice and release. Good. That a little shake out. We are going to return to our yoga mats flat again, just like we started. So take a moment to transition, clear your space. Come to recline. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, on your yoga mat. Feet are shoulder width apart. Good. And then returning to windshield wipers. Nice lazy feet. Just let them melt as their knees sway. Letting that settle back to center. You're going to hug your right knee in. Good. Keep the front of your right hip really squishy, nice and soft. And slide your left leg out along your mat. Good. And let both feet relax here. Really easy to the ankles. And moving slowly, I want us to come into single knee down twist. So if your right knee is hugged in, you're going to cross it over your midline, over to your left side, and coming into twist. Focus on moving your breath into tight places, using the inhale to expand and press out against them. And your exhale to relax that energy, release that tension. On an inhale, carry that right knee back home to your knee hug. Good. Release your right foot down to the mat and hug your left knee in this time. Really soft, squishy through the front of that left hip. And then go ahead and slide your right leg out, nice and long. And then this time we will take that left knee and cross it over our midline, over towards that right side. Coming into a single knee down twist. And same breath awareness here. Good. Carry that left knee back home, back to your knee hug. Release your left foot down to the mat. Bend your right knee and right foot down to the mat, so both knees bent. Good. From here, come into a knee hug. Both of them at the same time. And go ahead and add a slow sway the knees side to side. Bring that back to center and release the knees. Feet down to the mat. You have the option in restorative pose tonight. Feet wide on your mat, but maybe knees falling in towards each other. So we have a bit of inward rotation. Otherwise, you might starfish or just lengthen both legs out, long and narrow, palms down. Good. When you're ready, comfortable, close your eyes. And bring your awareness to your breath. So regulating your inhale and your exhale. And at the same time, noticing the movement beyond the rib cage, filling up the back. Filling up the belly, shoulders. Noticing how your back feels. Put contact into your yoga mat. Though our approach to twists was gentle tonight, the work is still quite deep. Let's breathe into the muscles that support the spine. Sure. Good. Let that relaxation also run down into the hips and the legs. Added lunges tonight to bring a little bit more energy into the pelvis, into the flexors, down into the tops of the legs. To balance out the workload in the upper and lower body. Also to include motion right near the base of the spine. Good. Next time you're ready, take a long breath in. Exhale. Gently wiggling fingers and toes. And bending elbows and knees. Moving and stretching as you need. To your side body. And moving with the breath, use that top arm to push down and bring you up. Good. Our expressions are different. I could see mine in my camera. Elizabeth, your face looks different. Marion, your face looks different. Interesting what yoga does to us. Okay. Hands in prayer gesture, everybody. Good. Thank yourself for creating space in your day to practice. I hope these twists give you a little bit more mobility as you move into the rest of your evening and a happy digestive system along with it. And we'll see you again. Namaste.